Aloha everyone, this is Lorraine, and today we'll be evaluating FIPPs as it pertains to the privacy foundations for cybersecurity professionals. So, what are FIPPs? Well, as I mentioned, this is the Fair Information Practice Principles, and here's what they are. They are internationally recognized. They are a guide, collection, use, and protection of PII, and they are the foundation for privacy laws and policies. So let's take a look at the core items. First is transparency. This principle requires organizations to be open about what data they collect, how it's used, and who it may be shared with. In cybersecurity, transparency builds trust and supports informed consent through clear privacy notices and documentation. Next is individual participation. Individuals have the right to access their personal data, correct inaccuracies, and challenge improper use. From a technical standpoint, this means systems must first support secure user access, identity verification, and controlled data modification. Purpose specification ensures that data is collected only for clearly defined and legitimate purposes. This prevents organizations from using data in unexpected or unethical ways and helps limit risk by keeping data use tightly scoped. Data minimization emphasizes collecting only the data that is necessary to accomplish a specific task. For cybersecurity professionals, this principle is critical because the less data an organization stores, the smaller the attack surface and the lower the impact of a potential breach. Together, these principles encourage privacy by design and help organizations proactively reduce both security and compliance risks. On use limitations means that personal data should only be used or shared for the purpose it was originally collected, unless the individual provides consent or the law allows otherwise. In cybersecurity, this aligns with access controls and data sharing restrictions that prevent unauthorized or excessive use of information. Data quality and integrity requires organizations to ensure that personal information is accurate, complete, and kept up to date. From a security perspective, this involves validation checks, change management, and safeguards against unauthorized modification of data. The security principle emphasizes protecting personal information through administrative, technical, and physical safeguards. This includes encryption, authentication, network security controls, and continuous monitoring to prevent data breaches or misuse. And finally, accountability and auditing holds organizations responsible for complying with privacy requirements and demonstrating that compliance. Regular audits, logging, and monitoring ensure that privacy controls are not just implemented, but actively enforced. Together, again, these principles ensure that organizations not only protect data, but can also prove that they are handling personal information responsibly. Look at FIPPs versus privacy laws. While they're closely related, they serve different purposes. FIPPs functions as conceptual frameworks by establishing the core values and expectations for how personal information should be handled. Because of this, FIPPs are often used as the foundation when designing privacy programs and secure systems. Privacy laws and regulations, on the other hand, are legally enforceable requirements, such as the GDPR and sector-specific laws like HIPAA and FERPA. These laws translate FIPPs into specific rules, obligations, and penalties for noncompliance. Organizations use FIPPs to guide systems design and policy development, then map these principles to applicable laws to ensure compliance. Let's take a look at how FIPPs is applied in a real world federal agency environment. Agencies routinely handle large volumes of PII, making privacy protection critical. Agencies publish privacy notices and conduct privacy impact statements. Assessments that explain how personal data is collected, used, and protected. These assessments help identify privacy risk early in the system development process. Individuals' privacy is supported through secure portals that allow access to their records and request corrections while maintaining strong identity verification and access controls. Agencies apply their purposes and minimize use by defining authorized data uses and limiting collection to only what's necessary for mission requirements. This reduces both privacy risk and the potential impact of a data breach. Safeguards such as encryption, multi-factor authentication, and continuous monitoring are used to protect data at rest and in transit. And finally, accountability is enforced throughout audit logging, regular compliance reviews, and oversight mechanisms that ensure agencies can demonstrate adherence to privacy requirements. So while cybersecurity often focuses on protecting systems and networks, FIPPs remind us that the ultimate goal is to protect people and their personal information. Applying FIPPs helps organizations reduce the impact of data breaches while limiting the amount of personal data collected and stored. When less data is exposed, the overall risk to individuals is lower. FIPPs also supports compliance with privacy laws and regulations by embedding privacy considerations directly into the system design and security controls. This proactive approach is far more effective than attempting to address privacy concerns after a system has already been deployed. Ultimately, integrating FIPPs into cybersecurity practices strengthens trust, improves accountability, and ensures that security measures align with ethical and legal responsibility. Just a few key takeaways. Ultimately, integrating these privacy principles into cybersecurity practices lead to a stronger security, improved compliance, and a more ethical use of personal data.